Tension among the royal family reached a notable peak during King Charles III's coronation in May 2023, an event where the weight of history and the intricacies of personal relationships intertwined, according to the observations of Jeremy Freeman, a renowned lip reader. Despite the outward display of regal ceremony and the profound historical significance of the occasion, Freeman's analysis suggested that underlying tensions were palpable. Prince Harry, having undertaken a solitary transatlantic journey for this momentous event, was positioned next to Jack Brooksbank, the husband of his cousin Princess Eugenie. While maintaining a facade of composure in the public eye, a private exchange between the two men, meticulously analyzed by Freeman, offered a glimpse into the emotional turmoil that reportedly continued to affect the Duke of Sussex. Freeman's interpretation of their conversation indicated that Prince Harry, appearing visibly strained and perhaps weary of the elaborate proceedings, turned to Brooksbank and expressed a sentiment of deep-seated frustration. "I'm fed up with the way they treat me," he was quoted as saying. This concise articulation of resentment was seen as a culmination of years of familial discord, unfulfilled expectations, and the profound personal wounds Harry had reportedly experienced since his decision to step back from his active royal duties. Brooksbank, often perceived as a more reserved figure within the royal periphery, acknowledged the palpable tension with a response that was both understated and revealing. "It's not an ideal situation. It's not the quiet life, is it?" This brief exchange, as interpreted by Freeman, resonated as an emotional reflection of the significant challenges Harry has faced in attempting to reconcile his past within the royal institution with his present life lived outside of its direct constraints. Although not captured in the publicly released video footage of the event, Freeman further claimed that Harry continued this private dialogue with a somber shake of his head, uttering the words, "They don't care." The implications of this statement were heavy, not only for Brooksbank, who was privy to the remark, but also for those familiar with the reportedly strained nature of Harry's relationship with the very institution into which he was born and within which he spent the formative years of his life. Brooksbank, seemingly hesitant to delve too deeply into emotionally charged territory during such a public and formal occasion, reportedly responded with a somewhat curtailed thought, "I haven't time for that." Not if it's over, however, according to Freeman. Harry interjected before Brooksbank could complete his sentence, offering a statement that suggested a sense of resignation to the apparent finality of his situation within the royal family. "It's an eventuality." The precise nature of what Harry was referring to with this concluding remark remained ambiguous. Speculation arose as to whether he was lamenting the apparent irreversible decline of his familial relationships with key members of the royal family, or perhaps alluding to the broader and more far-reaching consequences of the decisions he and his wife, Meghan Markle, had made to forge a new and independent life for themselves and their family, free from the traditional constraints and expectations of royal life. The time these alleged exchanges came to light, representatives for Prince Harry reportedly did not respond to a request for comment from Page 6, a silence that only served to amplify the air of mystery and fuel further public speculation regarding the true nature and depth of the tensions within the royal family. While Prince Harry did not explicitly identify the individuals he was referring to in his private remarks to Jack Brooksbank, the ensuing speculation among royal insiders, commentators, and the wider public was almost immediate and quite intense. The prevailing belief among most observers was that Harry was primarily alluding to the well-documented and ongoing rift that reportedly existed between himself and his father, King Charles III, as well as his elder brother, Prince William, the Prince of Wales. The fracturing of the relationship between the two brothers was reported to have its roots several years prior, with many suggesting that the tensions began to intensify around 2016, the time when Harry began his relationship with the American actress Meghan Markle. Markle's subsequent entry into royal life was met with a significant degree of media attention, often highly intrusive, and also reportedly encountered internal disapproval from within the royal institution itself. The already strained familial dynamic reportedly worsened considerably in the aftermath of Harry and Meghan's momentous announcement in January 2020. Citing concerns over the impact of relentless media intrusion on their mental health, as well as a stated desire for greater autonomy and the ability to pursue their own philanthropic and professional endeavors, the couple declared their intention to step back from their roles as senior working members of the royal family. This decision led to their subsequent relocation to California in the United States, a move that ignited a firestorm of public controversy and was accompanied by an intense and sustained media circus that followed their every move and decision. While some critics and traditionalists accused Harry and Meghan of abandoning their royal duties and the responsibilities that came with their titles and positions, they also garnered a significant amount of support from those who praised their courage in prioritizing their personal well-being and seeking a life free from the intense pressures of royal life and constant public scrutiny. In the year 2023, Prince Harry further illuminated the depths of his inner turmoil and the complexities of his relationships with the royal family through the publication of his highly anticipated and widely discussed memoir, titled Spare. The book proved to be both deeply revelatory, offering an unprecedented level of access into the inner workings and private moments within the palace walls, and also highly incendiary in its content and tone. In Spare, Harry detailed numerous instances of tension, perceived betrayal, and fundamental misunderstandings that had shaped his experiences within the royal family. The memoir painted a vivid portrait of a young man who felt burdened by the immense weight of royal expectations and often felt emotionally neglected during times of personal difficulty and need. One of the most striking and widely reported elements of Spare was Harry's candid and at times raw recollection of physical altercations, particularly with his brother, Prince William, and his deeply felt perception of favoritism shown towards William, which he believed had significantly poisoned their once close fraternal bond. The release of Spare further strained Harry's already tenuous relationship with the royal establishment, particularly as its publication coincided with what were reported to be mounting efforts within the family to repair some of the existing fractures and move towards a more harmonious dynamic. However, Prince Harry's memoir was not the sole platform through which he and Meghan chose to share their experiences and perspectives with the wider world. In March 2021, the couple participated in a highly publicized and widely viewed televised interview with the renowned American talk show host Oprah Winfrey. During this in-depth conversation, Harry and Meghan spoke candidly and at length about a range of sensitive and significant issues, including the alleged instances of racism that Meghan claimed to have endured during her time as a member of the royal family, as well as the perceived lack of support she received from the institution when she was grappling with severe mental health challenges, including suicidal thoughts. During the interview, Harry himself admitted to feeling trapped within the royal system and also disclosed his profound disappointment with his father, King Charles III, particularly in relation to what he described as his father's cold and emotionally distant approach to handling personal and sensitive matters. The interview, which was watched by millions of people across the globe, had a significant impact on public opinion, further polarizing views on the royal family and deepening the existing divide between those who adhered to traditional views of the monarchy and those who expressed sympathy and understanding for the challenges and experiences faced by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.